All right, this is episode 3 of rescuing Nellie, and what we're working with now is the rewinder. I mentioned to you earlier about the pull cord string, and I repair so many mowers. I buy it by 100 feet at a time, and I'm guessing this is about 9 feet. I'm 6 feet tall, and I extend my arm up all the way with a couple of wraps around the finger to hold it, and then I cut it down at the bottom on the ground where the spool is. And before I waste too much time more, you want to get your lighter and seal up the frayed ends, because this is going to be threaded through the rewinder and threaded through the handle. And if this thing is fat and frayed, it's going to make a difference. So let me get a lighter here. Where are you, Mr. Lighter? There you are. Okay. And you put it on here and just light this for a few seconds until that nylon begins to melt. Blow it out, and then wear your gloves and taper it so it's not a big bulb on the end, and it's solid and it's not frayed. You do that with both ends because you're going to have to do the handle as well. The part you have to thread through the handle. All right, so let's do this one now. All right, and then use your gloves. You can use pliers, anything to kind of pinch that so it's a nice taper and not bulbous on the end, so you can thread that through things. So there's your brand new pull cord. I'm going to set this over here because we've got to get the old one out. I'll show you how to do that. And let's check this for function. The dogs are coming out like they're supposed to. The cord is not coming out like it's supposed to. Let's see what, oh yeah. There's a big knot there, so yeah, this is never going to start. Let's see if I can pull that through. Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm dealing with. The inner core of that string is what I'm dealing with. So I'm pulling this all the way out. I'm going to pull this all the way out. All right, there it is, and that cord was short anyway. Okay, now, so you've got the cord out. Now you get your screwdriver and pick any spot in here and put that through there, so when it retracts, it's going to hit that screwdriver. It's not retracting much because this string is so messed up. Man, that is like the thickest string I've ever seen. All right, so now, I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's the knot of the string, and you've got to now pull that this way in order to snip that and cut it off. So let me get some pliers. I'm going to have to check that. There doesn't seem to be a lot of spring tension there. All right, come on, pliers, where are you? Let me go over here and get another pair. Okay, so I've got my needle nose pliers, and you have to grab this and work that out of there. It doesn't want to come out because that rope is so thick, but I got to get it out enough to where I can cut it. I suppose I could cut it right there at the thing and then pull it out, but I want to get a little bit of it out. All right, I'm just gonna cut it right there where it is. That really is kind of the wrong cable somebody's put on there. Let me get something that can reach in there. This is a little bit unusual, so I'm going to have to use this one so I can get in a tight spot. I'll see if I can cut it that way. But I cut that old string and get it out of there. Yeah, these things are not the sharpest, so let me get a box cutter. So it's pretty sharp. See if I can grab hold of it, and I'll cut it with this. Okay, so I got the knot off, and so now I'll be able to pull that string out. Hopefully, let's see. Let me put up this box cutter. I hate to leave those just laying around. So now let's see if I can get this rope out. Okay, so there, the rope is out. Now that it's out, I do see spring tension. So you can hear it grabbing that. So I think this rewinder is going to be good. Now, this is the tricky part of restringing these. Okay, so I'm going to take this out, and it's going to want to, the spring's going to want to go back. Okay, so that's fine. That means it works. But to put the new string in there, we've got to retract the spring and get it wound up pretty tight. So we're going to go around and around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to keep doing this until I feel it start to get tight. 7, 8, 9, 10. These aren't full turns, like half turns. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. They'll usually start a little creaking and start making some sound when it starts getting tight. 1, 22, 23, okay, 24, 25. I think that may be okay right in there. I'm going to back up about an inch or two, get my screwdriver and put it back in there. I'm holding this with my finger so I don't hurt myself when it takes off. So now the spring is wound tight, and now we're going to get our string rather, and we're going to find the old handle, which is here, and you got to kind of fish that old string out of there. Not seeing much I can grab. I use not a knitting needle, but I'm sure you know what I mean. It's kind of the hook on the end. I'm not a big knitter. I'm trying to grab that string with that little hook on the end and pull it towards you. If I don't do this pretty quickly, I'll just go grab me a spare. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let me get a spare handle. And hang on, I'll be right back. Okay. This is not exactly the same handle, but it'll do. This is all on one side. This is in the middle. Okay, so you hold it like that. So now I've used my lighter and I've got this tapered and pretty fine. And so now just put this through the bottom of the handle, and there's the right way and the wrong way. You'll see that opening there is real tight. This opening there is wide open, and that's the one you want the string to come out to you and you pull the knot in. Okay, so we're gonna wind this, put this through there like that. Let me try and put a curve in it, and that way it'll want to come to me, okay? So there's the little curve. I'm pushing. Let me put the curve in it again because I kind of messed it up. There's my little curve. And if that doesn't work, I'll grab it with my knitting hook that I was using earlier. Okay, it's not wanting to make the turn. That's okay. So I'm going to get my hook and grab that and pull it towards me. at least, there we go. See, it's grabbed it. It grabs that nylon with that little hook. Okay, now you want to do this before you put it in there, because you don't want to suck your string up there in there without this handle being on. Then you got a mess. So you want to put a little knot in there, you know, with a little bit left over, not too much, maybe half an inch, something like that. All right, so now we can get our pliers and really tighten that. Okay, so that's tight. And now we suck it back in there. So our pull cord is ready. And now we'll get this in. The spring is wound up tight, held in place with the screwdriver. And now you've got to find, there's that hole, and then here is the hole inside, and that has to line up. It just so happens, hey, I did it right the first time. They're lined up with each other. So now I'm gonna try and push that through, and it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out right there. And see, I'm going in right there through the metal part. All right, so let me see if I can do that while you're watching. Won't that be fun? So we got that there. See if I can push it through. Yay, there it is. And now I can grab this with my fingers. Sometimes fingers don't work. This time it did. So now I tie the same kind of knot here. All right. I'm gonna put a knot here. And get my needle nose pliers again and cinch it up tight. All right. So now, that's what it looks like, my brand new rope. And if I've done the length wrong, I can always trim it a little bit if I need to. So that's in place. I poke the little end there, so it's kind of in a pocket. And now I've wrapped this around my hand a few times to keep it from getting sucked in too fast. Take out the screwdriver, and now it sucks it back in there. All right, so you have rewound your rope. The dogs come out. I think this is going to be okay. So let's reinstall this. We'll come back in a minute, and in the meantime, I'll put this on there and squirt some starter fluid in here and see if this mower is going to start. All right, stay tuned, guys. We're going to get this thing going.